Hi, everyone. I have a confession. Stacey, I broke it.
When do you not break it? We love you, but the best things come out of what
But
you resurrect from your brokenness.
but Joseph gave me a feature, and it's an amazing feature. And he said I could use it as much as I wanted. And I did 8. And then when I talked to him last night, because that broke it, he goes, I thought you would do 3.
In all honesty, he's acting like he hasn't met any of us. So
Yeah. So I told him last night, no longer is he allowed to give me an inch and expect me to take a quarter of an inch.
Or
Okay,
give you an
everyone.
inch and not expect you to take a mile.
Exactly. All right, everyone. So I'm so sorry I broke it last night. I didn't break your first draft. To be clear, I broke the testing environment. Y'all are fine. But as a consolation prize, we are going to do some really cool stuff in Raptorwrite 1.0. I'm going to show you how to build an MPE and an RW. And if you know what that means, stick around. Here's your song for the day.
Wake up, heart's already racing. Ideas flood while coffee's chasing. Scroll through prompts like tarot cards. Stories pulling from the stars. You're still waiting for some great calling. Now we sprint to keep from stalling. Every genre's fair game now, so tell me, where do I begin? Dragons, lovers, murder scenes, soft sci-fi and rosy dreams. A co-pilot at the wheel, but the hustle, that's still real. I can write from a kiss in the rain to a kingdom that bleeds, from small town Hardy to galaxy queens. It's all on the table. My mind is unstable, but I can write. Plot twist, lightning, structure clean, burning through beats like kerosene. This is my renaissance, this is my fight. I can write, and I just might. Deadlines whisper, projects stack. Every yes means something cracks, but I'd rather break from chasing big than shrink inside some safer gig. We're the ones who paved with grit. Now we build with algorithmic wit. 1,000 voices in my head, and every single one gets floated up behind my screen. Poets with the spreadsheet dream. Nothing's off limits anymore. That's the thrill and that's the war. I can write from a ghost in Rome to a CEO fling, from demon lovers, high fantasy kings. It's all in the planning. It's magic and branding. I can write. Cross genre, cross life, full steam. Stacking story beats like a dream. This is my comeback. This is my flight. I can write, and I will tonight. It's a lot, it's too much, it's incredible. Pacing like the stakes are federal. This ain't just a job, it's myth making. Crafting code and hearts worth breaking. I can I've got a file for everything. A blood that pulses sharp and lean. Blood and glitter in my veins. I'm the thunder in the brain. This is no fluke, no lucky swing. I can write anything. Watch me do the damn thing.
That one's a bop.
I like that one.
That one's good. I like that. Like, from dragons to fantasy kings, I can write anything.
I wasn't even paying attention to the words. It was just so poppy.
Yeah. Jamie goes, need a Suno class from EAW. This sounds good. Y'all don't even know how fast I write those songs and do those songs. Like, I'm unstoppable with it. And I'm not, I mean, I played piano for 8 years, so I just have an eclectic music taste and I come up with crazy stuff. So sure, I'll make a class on Suno or a video on Suno or something like that about how we do those things. Okay. So the notes. So this morning, it wasn't this morning, it was noon, right? Because I think that's when I woke up. It was a little bit after noon when I woke up. And I called Stacy. She was texting me. And my sister comes running in the room and she yells, "It's broken! Empty stall!" And for those who don't know, that is a Lando Norris reference. We love our little world champion, Lando. By the way, there are 69 days, I think, until the next race of next year, just in case you were wondering. 10 weeks till the first race. But I did put a clip on that on your notes. So your notes are linked in the description. And so you can do that. So Sonic Sue is asking a question. You broke the NPE YFD. Kind of a little bit. Yes. But before we get into that, Stacy is going to do a quick service announcement. Today is the last day for BF25, right? It is the last day?
Yep. Today is the last day.
Okay, I'll share so you can talk about these things real fast. Give me un momento to the sad panda Elizabeth broke it notes. Okay, here we go.
So, yep, this is the last day, and it's I don't know. I tried to make it so it's the last day, even if you're like in the Aleutian Islands and the last people to celebrate New Year's or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yep, BF25, all of our classes are 50% off. All of our standalone classes are 50% off till the end of the day or through today. So if there's any class you'd like, now is the time to pick them up. We have 2 new classes we just added for December: Claude Projects for Beginners and an Introduction to Anti-Gravity. They're both
both of those I think are so great, because if you know a little bit about coding, that Introduction to Anti-Gravity is going to give you such a head start for 2026. And if coding's not your bag, that Claude Projects for Beginners is going to give you that leap up over others who are like kind of, just trudging through Claude and just still only using the chat bot.
And that's one of the changes you're going to see from the FFA in the new year. We're going to open teaching up to more of our staff, more of our students, more. So you will be seeing newer faces, and you'll be seeing that means it's not just Elizabeth's 0 to 60 in the first 90 seconds teaching style. We will have more beginner, we will have more intermediate, we'll have slower, we'll have faster, we'll have a broader range of classes. So if you're like,
okay,
if I love this AI stuff, but I'm just getting my toes wet. Elizabeth is a little bit over my head right now. Cassie can walk you through Claude Projects for Beginners. Kimberly did Introduction to Anti-Gravity, and they are both so wonderful at we love Elizabeth, but maybe a little bit slower pace than sometimes Elizabeth does. And if you still love Elizabeth's pace, she will be around too. So we'll have a great mix in the new year.
I am aware that people take the YouTubes and put them at slow speed. So like most YouTubers, people put them at a faster speed. I have heard relentlessly that people put me at a slower speed. So most people probably think my voice sounds like this. We got a note here. CTPT22 says, I caught the recording of the anti-gravity conversation last night. I think what CTPT is talking about is that the class that we did on Sunday, which is in the playlist for the automated author. So you can check that out on our channel. And they say, I stayed up all night and learned anti-gravity and coding, 3 books edited, and another written from an idea I had in wait. That Steph 2.0 says, wow, CTPT 22. But if you try what CTPT did, this is exactly what Stacy just said. If you try watching that anti-gravity thing and you're like, whoa, this is way over my head, that intro to anti-gravity is going to be those, the bumper bowling, the hand holding, the go slow. I didn't know I could do that. Anti-gravity for writing.
Yeah, so these aren't just coding. We have a long history of taking what was meant to be a coding tool, as in for programmers, and hacking it for writing. Back to code interpreter days in ChatGPT.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Code interpreter, not worth anything for writers. Hold my beer. I
Hold my bonnet.
and made a fake police report, a fake coroner's report, threw it in there, and then like had that plot out an entire like murder mystery.
Yeah, you're supposed to upload code. Nope.
No. I'm like, hey, this thing processes documents. This was 2023, y'all. This was 20. You can still find that video on here, way back, code interpreter.
We might have unpublished it because it was so.
Oh, possibly. But Jen BB says we turn everything into a writing tool. Steph 2.0 says.
I'm still waiting for some poor engineer at Google's mind melting when they discovered how many novels anti-gravity has been used to write.
I love it.
They just, poor people, poor Google.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. We didn't mean for them to do that. Too bad.
Yep. How does he even do that? Sorry,
don't give us things unless you want us to hack them.
Yep. So if you're like, I don't want a code, I don't need that anti-gravity course, it is a way around using coding tools for writing. The output of that class is writing related. And as you saw in the video or the YouTubes.
Yep.
Some other stuff for the sale. We have 3, 4, 6, maybe 7 new bundles that were for the Black Friday sale that will also be coming down. They're all the double bundles. So the links are in the notes, but the Getting Started with AI double bundle, Getting Published, Growing Author, Genre AI, and our Everything bundle. It's off-label use.
Oh, and CTPT is doing a really, welcome to the live, CT. If anti-gravity is not formatting how you want, you can upload to Google Docs and then tell Claude browser extension to use Google Docs to format and clean things up like M-dashes. Good tip. We talked about that in the one of the lives about, using multiple AIs to do the job. So, because different ones are great. Oh my gosh. Hack the planet. Hack the planet. They're trashing my rights, man. They're trashing my rights.
Hacking does sound cooler. It's not hacking.
I had such a crush on Zero Cool, and also I had a crush on Angelina Jolie. It was a very confusing time. For those who don't know, that is from Hackers, a wonderful cult classic. If you have never seen it, go find it, go watch it.
You might have to go find like an old Blockbuster DVD or VHS to find
VHS.
that
one. But Matthew Lillard's in that. Johnny. They got Angelina Jolie and they were dating. Johnny Dude Man, who became Jen BB was right. Yeah, you were right on both accounts. Yep. It was a very confusing time. I don't currently have a crush on Angelina Jolie. I just really wanted to be her and be her best. It was great. She was great in that movie. Danny says YouTube has it streaming for free. Okay, so after the live, part of your New Year's resolutions, watch Hackers.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead. You finish.
So for the double bundles, those are half price already. Like the bundle was half price, and then you could use the coupon BF25 that brings them down another half price, which in bad math land would make it free, but makes it like the $600 one, 50% plus 50%. But so the $600 ones are $150, $700, $175, $775 is now $170. All the math is in there.
Cut it in half and then cut it in half again. Basically, you quarter it.
75% off.
So instead of $600, it was $300. Then half that, it's $150. Now, Stacey, we only do this 2 times a year. We do this at Black Friday, and then what's the next time that people can expect another big class sale? So that just so they can understand, we always have our monthly classes 50% off for a week. That's what the new thing's going on in 2026 for a week. So you can always get new classes at 50% off the first week it's out. But as far as a big sale on our classes, when's the next time of year that they can expect that if they're trying to plan ahead and judging should I grab this now or should I wait?
We generally do it 2 times a year in our birthday, our FFA's anniversary in May.
Yeah.
It's going to be May. And then in November for Black Friday. That puts it about 6 months apart. Although we don't guarantee, like the Black Friday one was 50% off. We don't guarantee, like last May, I think was 40% off.
Yeah.
Who knows what we'll do next time. So we're not guaranteed it'll even be 50%, but we will run a sale during those times.
Yeah, we do our big sales twice a year. So I'm just sharing that, not to be like, hurry up and get it now. I would say, if you're someone who's like, I want to get something so that I can get on top of all of this and I can start using it, basically plan to get classes that'll keep you busy between now and May, and save anything that you don't have time for before May, because it's going to be on sale again in May.
Yep.
That's
so
the nice
we
one.
try to be predictable so people can plan. We're authors too. We get royalties once a month. So
so the song for today, you have it right there. You have it in MP3 and MP4. And then here is your wonderful Lando Norris, Broken. It's broken. Yeah, it's woken. So you guys can play that. I'm not going to play it because I don't want a copyright notice or anything like that on this. So I do love Lando Norris. So let's see what happened here. Okay. So oh, let me scroll up a little bit so you guys can see it. So if you check out your notes, I'm going to go in a little bit about what happened. Since they asked, this was at the beginning part here. Where was it? I know it was Skew Lights. I think, no, Sonic Sue. You broke the NPE YFD. Yes, here's what happened. I didn't break the consumer one, okay? I broke the test environment. That's what happened. And I don't know that I really broke it. I think it was a group effort.
First of all, this is why we have test environments.
This is why we have test environments. So he gave me a list of variables. So there was a slight miscommunication. So you have to understand, the end of this year with my mom getting sick and everything, the last 3 months I have been on like helter-skelter mode, for lack of a, like we had the big thing in with the Trad Pub, and we had to do that meeting in New York, and then we had other quarters come to call that wasted a lot of time. We had trying to figure out what we were doing for 2026. Are we looking for investment? Are we just expanding? We just decided to bet on ourselves. We just are like, we'll just do our own thing. And so Joseph built me some really cool stuff in November when I first was trying to make the narrative physics engine work inside of YFD, and I kind of like hacked it and kind of worked. And there was a miscommunication because he's like, I thought we were going to go with narrative physics engine light in as a step, as a next step, not narrative engine full. Narrative physics engine full.
There was a point we discussed that in Joe's defense.
There was. I just don't always remember what we discussed it. What we discussed it. What we discussed it. Freudian slip. I don't always remember what we discussed at 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm jamming and I've got a great idea. So he also gave me like a list of all the variables for YFD. I thought that meant that they were global. It turns out, no. Some of those variables only work in certain functionality of YFD, because there's like a bunch of, so you guys got to see anti-gravity. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 prompt stacks on the back end of YFD right now that we choose what prompts order is going to happen, and that's what builds out a blueprint on the back end. That's what we spare you with YFD, by the way. So if you look at anti-gravity and you're like, nah, I can't do that, that's what YFD is for. It's for the people who are like, listen, I just need the chapters. I just need the chapters, yo. That I don't need to fight with the computer. I just need the chapters. But we do give you the prompting in your logs. So did I get a chapter fully run? Yes, with an editing pass. So the process to do these chapters, Stace, is an eight step process. I got to get my fingers right. 8 steps. Could it not do a single thing beyond that because I broke the sequencer? Also, yes. Do I love the chapter? Not really. Not because I use Claude, because I was working with Claude. So you guys all love Claude. I hate Claude, but I was doing it for you. Okay. I was going to make sure that the first NPE beta used Claude as the writing one. You're welcome.
I love that Joe's reaction, or at least what you told me his reaction was I didn't think you'd do more than 3 steps.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, you sweet
You
summer
told me I
child.
could do as many as I wanted, and you're surprised I did 8?
8 was you testing on the
8
light
was
side.
testing, okay? There was
was a light
more I
test.
could have done.
Yeah, 8 steps is an easy day for us. Hardly worth calling that a sequence.
So you do have the chapter, and I'm going to let you see it. So this is the last little bit, and then we're going to move on to Raptorwrite. This was run with 6 steps because there's 2 steps. There's a state step, a state template, and a state step that we don't need for when you're running just the first chapter. And there's an editing step on the back end. So yes, I am bringing back some of the concepts of the easy peasy book machine. It all goes back to what we've been doing for the last 2 years. So negatives, up at the top here, there's a few vocab choices, freaking Claude, like they use cloying, and I would flip the first 2 paragraphs. Positives, there's good dialogue, few changes, good flow. This is the big part that we were talking about with the automated author. I find that the best value with AI, even if you're an author and you're like, I don't want to use AI for my writing, use it for iteration, to look at like a draft of that chapter, and basically it allows you to like be inside the story. I want you to read this chapter 1 and think about what came to my mind after I read it. Was like, you know what? This is kind of boring to me. I mean, yes, it ticks all the boxes. She arrives at the resort. She talks to the people, the limoncello, the Amalfi Coast, beautiful. But I'm like, oh, I want to do a red herring now of who the romance lead's going to be. I want to have a playboy, and she's like drinking at the bar, and maybe now in chapter 2, she's going to wake up in his bed. Doesn't that sound better?
And that's exactly how I used to write pre-AI, but just way slower. I would have to make that first draft, read it over, go, oh, now I know what would be a good idea. Revise it, read it over again. Now I know what would be a better idea. Revise it again. Now I can have the AI put out those first ideas, wait till I get to the good idea. And then if I want to write it myself, write it myself. If I want to edit the AI work, or I can kit bash. We're going to have a class, a free class from Lynn on that next month. But then I could kit bash and just start pulling in stuff from the 15 drafts I've just made. Don't do that. From someone who has fallen down the kit bashing rabbit hole, it is a wonderful tool, but a dangerous one to be used.
It is a dangerous one.
It's a very sharp knife, so be careful.
I do want to show you the last line a little bit better, because in this chapter, she's basically told if she does a good job, she can get a job in Rome to do the Rome feature. And she's basically being told, like, she realizes if she does the shuttle, she's going to see like the plant sanitized version. She's not going to see the real version versus if she rides a Vespa, but she's been told to worry about rock slides. That's why this is called Landslides and Limoncello. And I love this. The storm raged until nearly dawn, and I woke to silence and golden light streaming through the curtains. I had a choice to make. Take the safe shuttle to Amorosi sanitized experience, or rent a Vespa and chase the kind of light that could make a career. I already knew which one would get me to Rome. That's a much better final line than what I've seen the AI do. What do you think, Stace?
Like, it is just so, like, it's succinct without them, like, it's not trying to wrap it up, that Boitis, they looked into the sunset and knew their lives would be better. It's not wrapping up the story after chapter 1. It's has that little bit, I wouldn't call it a cliffhanger, but it has that little bit that wants to push you further into the next.
I want to turn the page, and I want to see, okay, how's this Vespa going to be a disaster?
Exactly. So it is that little bit of poking, just that delicate balance that the AI never used to be able to get, and it's getting better now with this.
Old AI would have been like, and little did I know, like it would be, I know which one would get me to Rome, and then at the end of it, it would be like, and little did I know how that would change my life forever.
Yeah. Or
I know love was around the corner.
Yeah. Look up ahead. I knew love was around the corner, and I couldn't help being scared of being stuck in a landslide. Like, stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost think, and actually now that I'm thinking about this, I think that she's going to get drunk with this dude, and he's going to be hot and everything like that. And then, you know, maybe they end up in her room, and then the next morning, and she's just like, he's gone, and but basically make him a class A jerk. Something to like really elevate the when she meets the guy at the other place, it's more of a, this is cool kind of a thing. Plus it's an insta love, and I'm really tired of romance novels being like the main lead female character is like virginal or like so sweet and Mary Sue before she meets the lead. No.
Yeah, that's a trope, but it's
it's a trope.
There's room for other tropes, so
yeah,
let's.
Oh my gosh.
Kit bashing class will start with 2 versions, which is what responsible kit bashers should do. Please follow Lynn's example, not mine.
Steph says, I've been struggling with a book that I have 5 different drafts of. Never again. Yes, Steph 2.0. We all did that back in the Rexy days, so we feel you.
And we definitely still don't do it, so don't look at.
And I love Rochelle. I need to wean myself from excessive baking. Got to throw away my rolling pin. And for those who don't know, back in 2024, early 2024, we came up with these 4 job types, and they actually kind of still worked. We might pull that out a little bit again and do a refresh on those. But the basic 4 job types is just how authors interact with AI. Because at the time, there was a lot of friction and a lot of conflict about the way I use AI is the right way, and it's the only way. And I don't know. So the first one was the gardener, right? And that's just somebody who just kind of like dabbles. They just take what they need, but they're almost reticent to use AI for writing.
Yeah, it's more of a brainstorm or pulling up specific ideas, fact checking, just little bits here and there, make your lives easier. And by all means, that's fine. If you have a process that works and you love writing or love your writing process, throw in the AI where it works. And if it's just a little sprinkle here and there, it is what it is. Like, that's how it works for you.
Yeah, and we imagine the gardener had this tool shed. Basically, the AI is very, very firmly a tool, and it's not vital to their process. They're okay taking it or leaving it. And that was also at a time when like the AI was not nearly as capable or as baked into everything that it is around.
Yeah.
But a gardener is someone who would be delighted, for example, that Google Drive now offers AI to like review your files to remind you what the heck it is. That's like in the line of where a gardener's like, yes, I love that for my writing. And that would cause some conflict because there were some people early on who felt like that was the only ethical way to use AI with writing. And then others are like, I'm using it to write chapters. And so there was conflict there. So we did this so that everybody had you're welcome to the same table. The gardeners can sit next to the weavers and the bakers and the architects. Now, the weaver, that was quintessentially Steph, founder Steph, you know, our Steph. Were you ever a weaver?
Like you, there are some books, like I know your Jaff, you tend to go a little more weavering. There are some books that are like the books of my heart or something like that, where I would be more of a weaver. But in general, it's not my go-to type.
Yeah. So the weaver, someone who takes their own writing and takes the AI writing, and there's not really a end or whatever. They really like tools like Raptorwrite. That's actually where the Raptorwrite tool came from. It was literally built for the weavers. Because we needed to do something that was not for just the bakers and the architects. Gardeners, you guys are using chatbots, so we're not building tools for you necessarily. You'll get to the other tools as you change. But the weavers, you know, it's more of a pantsers kind of vibe. It's I'm coding on the I'm not coding. I'm prompting on the fly. I'm prompting in the moment. You know, if you've ever yelled at the AI for call it a glorified toaster, that's you're definitely in weaver territory.
Yeah, a lot of the previous pantsers or discovery writers tend to use it this way because they want to write, find the story. I'm stuck. AI help get me unstuck, write a little bit. Oh, I've got where it's going. I could do it faster or get my idea out myself. So that's and that's exactly where Steph is if you've ever watched some of her classes or watched her go.
Oh my gosh, Skew Light says, I might have created 40 plus chapters of versions of chapter 1. Now, before you yell at me, I was testing out different model prompting techniques in anti-gravity before I ran the rest of the book. That's okay. So that's like a really good example of a baker. A baker treats the prompt as a recipe. Now, if you've ever seen like professional bakers, they tweak the recipe and they will bake multiple batches with other variables of like different pans, different butters, unsalted versus salted, to test different temperatures of the bake. You know, it's still chocolate chip muffins, but if you ever go into a bake like a kitchen where a baker is working on a recipe, you are going to have 6 or 7 versions of those chocolate chip muffins.
Yeah, and just like you said, sometimes it's just minute differences, not like butter versus Crisco versus baking soda versus baking powder, big changes, but just what if I use this pan versus this pan or this rack or something like that.
Yep. And then finally, we have the architect, which is what I identified as, which was like, I want to stack my prompts. I want them to be automated. I want them to be, which this was really freaking hard in the days before agents. I have to tell you, like, shout out to the OG architects. I just have to say, because we were automating things before automation was a thing.
Oh, the Notion tables we had to build to get automations. Blackjacks.
Do I know how to code? No. Do I know how to build machine learning? No. Also, no. Was I going to make that stop me from stacking 24 prompts and having them run as a sequence? Also, no. That was Rexy 1.0. Long live the dinosaur. Okay, so it's at 1:30. I think it's time for us to do some cool stuff with Raptorwrite 1.0.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Stacey may not stay for this whole thing. I have to write a book for the press. So I want to do this. I want to do it a book from scratch. I do. We're going to do a very easy one. I think I'm actually going to just do a landslides and limoncello.
Perfect.
Oh, actually, we could do Hurricane and Hennessy.
Is that book 4? Or?
Yeah, it's book 4 because I have some ideas for landslides and limoncello, and that would be cheating. So this one I have absolutely, the only idea I have for this one is just like, it's going to be a charity auction gallery. It's in New Orleans. It's 2 people. And the tropical storm comes in or whatever. It gets upgraded to a hurricane at the last minute. And then the charity gala gets kind of like canceled in the last minute. And she's got to have this guy help her move all the antiques upstairs.
What? I love that. You count that as not having an idea of the book.
I mean, I don't have a detailed scene-by-scene outline like I do with landslides and limoncello. I haven't explored the little gags or anything like that for this book.
I started my cozy mystery or cozy fantasy tidal wave, and my idea was I'm going to do a cozy fantasy. Hard stop. Like, and you're like, I don't know anything about what's going to happen except for the characters.
Okay, well then we'll go with something that I really don't know anything that's going to. No, this is fair.
That is perfect. That is fine because that is a base. That is not something.
One step further, I have nothing about the royal weddings that I want to do, the celebrity weddings I want to do for the summer. How about that one? That one, I have nothing. I have nothing but that I want to do. It was
not meant to be a challenge. It just meant like.
I think that this is good. This is good so that they get to see it on screen. All I've got is that I know Taylor Swift's wedding is going to be hot this summer, and I want to write some books that are going to align with that. So is that okay? Is that good? Is that basic enough?
Yes, but it doesn't matter because like I will set a timer for 30 seconds and suddenly boom, you have just as much information about that book.
I mean, ideation is like my top 5 strengths. So I was really good at improv.
My bottom 3, I think, are adaptability, empathy, and ideation. So don't ask about feelings and don't ask for my ideas about stuff.
All right. So we're going to get started here. You're going to see me do some cool stuff. You don't even know what I am going to do. And I am going to tell you in advance, you're going to end up watching this over and over and over again. Sorry, not sorry. We're going to do a slower, deeper dive on this with the madness of EAW on January 7th. By the way, if you do join the mastermind, Stacey, your narrative physics engine class is already in there for Mastermind Accelerator members, right? It's already in there for members.
Right. It's already in there. I tend to like that. I don't go live as often, or my preference is to pre-record the videos, but I drop them as I do them. So that way I know people are waiting on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have another video or two to kind of wrap it up, but the course is there and they can start going crazy on it now. It'll be for sale in a week or so.
No, madnesses are not on YouTube. Madnesses are something I only do with members inside of a Zoom room. So madnesses do not come on YouTube. It's a different vibe. It's a party. It's the first madness that we ever did was No Sleep Till Brooklyn, which was the very first 6-hour madness, and we did snowstorms and schnapps. That was a really cool one. So madnesses are their laboratory. Yeah.
And they're usually themed towards No Sleep to Brooklyn.
Yes.
I forget. There were a lot of Beastie Boys ones, but they're all and we.
Oh, there was Mama Said Knock You Out. We did that one.
Mama Said Knock You Out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're all, and we have dance parties in the middle to stretch in between the 6 hours.
Okay. Christina says the only thing good that happened while I was in Cambodia. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go in Raptorwrite. I gave you guys the link, and I am already in my Raptorwrite. So I'm going to share this tab instead, so you guys can see I'm in my prompt library. Hold tight. I've already exported and backed up my prompt library. I'll show you how to get to this in just a second. I was in the middle of prepping and I got lost. So give me a second here. Delete. Okay, there's a reason for my madness here. There's a method. I'm deleting all of these things. Why am I not just clicking clear all? Because I want to keep these 2 prompts, which in hindsight probably would have been easier if I just reconstructed them. But now I only have 2 prompts here. So I'm going to export this one more time. And when I export it, it's going to be a JSON file, and I'm just going to go sample prompts and save that in my Raptorwrite folder. So I just clicked export. We're going to be talking about this import button. All right. You guys aren't even ready for this. You really are not ready for this. I apologize in advance. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to projects. I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to call this my sample project. Create project. We'll work on the notes afterwards. And so I have this in folder sample. I'm going to rename this folder. Oh, because it's folder sample. Got it. I'm going to call this plans. Rename. And I might rename this as, required data layer. Oh. Yes, we are. And then I'm going to add another folder. I'm going to add a subfolder because you only get one root folder. So I'm going to add a subfolder, and it's going to not be in plans. It should be at the root level.
You can only have one root one.
Oh, wait a minute.
So just Royal Wedding or something would be the root.
Yes, but this is a sample. So this is a sample NPE. So I'm going to rename that. And then I'm going to add a new subfolder, which will be underneath this, and it'll be plans. That's what I need to do. So create that folder. And once I have plans, I can grab this required data layer and I can stick it. Actually, I'll leave that outside because that's the other one. So plans, I will add a folder, add a document into this one. All I'm trying to do is get the document structure. I'll explain in a second here. So we'll call it blurb, for example. Okay, and I'm going to put that inside of plans. So this is creating a structure of documents, and then I'm going to go ahead and click this little export button. Nope, that's the import button. Just kidding. Oh, top right, I can export. So I'm going to export the whole project, okay, as markdown files. And I'm going to not do it separately as a zip file. I'm going to do everything. So I'm going to select them. It's going to be all of it. I'm going to export it as one zipped folder. And so these are my sample project files and they're marked down. So I have that saved as well. So let me go ahead and put that on your notes as files, those files that I saved, so that you have them. So you don't have to do what I just did. You just have these sample files because y'all going to lose your minds. I feel like a magician. So there is your sample project files. Oh, share this tab instead. Choose file and sample prompts.json. Your prompts always in a JSON. Your files, it did it as a markdown. It didn't do it as a zip.
Can you go like into your downloads folder and zip it there?
I don't know. I think it
I can.
Once. Hold on a minute. Export. If I do plain text, export each document separately. Oh, and then I do markdown. Okay, in a zip file. This was confusing. Okay, so you do want to check that box. Sorry, my bad. So now I have the sample project and this is a zip file of markdown, and I will put that on your notes. Oh, you guys didn't see that. My bad. Oh, I hate this when I don't share my whole thing. Share this tab instead. I've just got to get into the habit. When you click export, make sure you click the box that says export each document separately, zip folder. So you get the zip file. And I'm going to come back over to our notes, share this tab instead, delete this. No, I don't want that. Go away. Delete. Thank you. No, I don't want a page. I wrote the wrong thing. My bad. Oh, geez. You can tell I'm toast, you guys. You really, really can. Sorry, Stace. File. You want the file. Choose a file. Now you get the sample project zip. Okay, so you have the zip and you have the prompts. There's one other component that we need. Hold on one second. I got to let Dasha out now.
Oh, poor Dasha.
Yeah, there's something going on outside. Okay, the last piece of this puzzle. Come back over to Raptorwrite. I'm going to share this tab instead. Help and support in this lower left-hand side. We're going to click it. Documentation. Go to the documentation. When you share this to your, if you duplicate this to your Notion right here, oh, share this tab instead, my bad. When you duplicate this to your Notion, you'll have all the documentation there. Make sure you always update it because as this updates, it's not going to update on yours. But then you have the ability, when it's saved on yours, to export this. So I'm going to go to the one that is, wait a minute. Is this not on our, okay, I'm just going to click the button and I'm going to duplicate it to my Notion, my personal Notion. Where would you like to add the document editor? I'll add it to my space, my personal space. So that's a free plan. Select a workspace. And yeah, template is being added. We'll let you know when you can use it in your workspace. Okay. In the meantime, I can just go to, oh, it's ready. See the template. So now all of the information. Oh, it didn't download all of the documentation. It only downloaded the little bit. Okay, well, that's okay. Here's what we'll do. Share this tab instead. We'll make it faster. Help and support. Documentation. So I'm going to go to the prompt library aspect of it.
We can't see it.
I know. I'm working on it. Okay. Share this library. So I'm on the prompt library. So I clicked on the prompt library. The prompt library teaches all about this stuff. So I want to teach about creating a prompt, teaching the AI about it, and then it has the variables. You can also just kind of create your own. So I'm going to copy this. So it understands here what's going on. Okay. Coming over to our notes, I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm going to paste this as information about, this is just the variables for the prompts. Okay. Coming back to StreamYard. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the folder structure, the prompt samples, the explanation about the variables. I'm going to take this over to OpenAI, Stacy. I'm going to tell it I need to write the Hennessy and all of that. I'm going to make the chatbot come up with every single prompt I need to do to run the narrative physics engine, like the prompt step by step. I'm going to make it make me those prompts that I can just download and insert into Raptorwrite. I'm going to make it make me the file structure so that I can just put all the documents inside of the file structure. And I'm also going to make it write me a step-by-step instruction list of what to toggle on and which prompts to run.
So essentially you're having chat do all the work for you. You're going to throw it into Raptorwrite and then it's going to write the book for you.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm going to say it one more time for everyone. And this is a little bit of a madness. You're getting a little sneak peek of a madness. If you've never been to a madness, welcome. We're what's the word? Initiating you. Sorry. So one last time for the people in the back. We're going to take the information about Raptorwrite. We're going to, and actually, I think there's even a faster way for me to do this. We're going to take the information about Raptorwrite. We're going to take the folder structure. We're going to take the prompting structure. We're going to start a chat on ChatGPT, and we're going to make me all of the prompting and all of the structures and stuff like that for a narrative physics engine for the romance. Are we ready? I'm so excited about this. Okay, here we go. If you don't mind, I know you have to leave in 13 minutes, but I think we can get this done very quickly. Just letting me know if I'm not sharing my screen. Huh?
It's not a hard stop. So.
Oh, because what I'm doing, you want to see it.
Yeah, now I want to see it. So suddenly I can make more time.
And this is why we're business partners. Some people have actually already seen this. Danny and Jen BB have already seen this. So they can let you know in the comments if this is cool or not. Oh, everyone's going to be like, thank God she broke it. This was a great time. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go to ChatGPT. And I will be copying and pasting my prompts. Don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and use 5.2. Share this tab instead. I'm going to go to 5.2. This thing does have my history in it. So it does already know that I've done this before, but it's okay because it should still work step by step what I'm doing. You may have to tweak your prompts a little bit. We'll see what happens. Okay. We are working on a project for Raptorwrite 1.0. Raptorwrite, and I'm going to abbreviate it so I don't have to keep typing it out so it knows what it is a wrapper of open router models. And it allows authors to create prompts that are very forward in controlling context. Authors can toggle on and off documents to put them into the prompt. And it's very fast. Also, authors can make packs of prompts that they run in sequences to make things happen, like planning a chapter, drafting a chapter, making an editing plan, and then finalizing the chapter. Hint, hint, hint. That's easy peasy book machine. That's where this all started. I am going to give you a file that explains prompting variables, examples of the prompting schema, and an example of the file structure for the markdown files. You, in this chat, over many steps, are going to help me do the following. Define the prompts needed to make a narrative physics engine for an it's not an insta love. Okay, so it's going to be a steamy romantic comedy. That is themed in luxury wedding in Rhode Island. The goal here is to serve readers excited about Taylor Swift's wedding, not piss off the Swifties by writing a pop star and football star get married. Okay, that's important. For your section, you'll change that. You will create with me the prompts to do this. I'm not screen sharing.
There we go.
Was I not screen sharing the whole time?
No, I just switched it.
Oh, my bad.
You were and then stopped and I didn't notice.
Got
Apologies.
it. Okay. Well, don't worry. I'm going to copy and paste this all in. Sorry about that, guys. Ladies, gentlemen. You will... Thanks, Mel. You will create with me the prompts to do this. You will create the document structure for all of it. And you will eventually write me a step-by-step instructions sheet to run the book. Okay, so I'm going to add the files, the sample project zip and the sample prompts JSON. So those are the files I'm adding. I'm also going to add the ability for it to web search. And here is the documentation about Raptorwrite. And this is where I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. I'm going to come over here, share this tab instead. We're going to grab the link, copy the URL. This is for the prompt. This is for creating a prompt. What else do we have? Writing and editing in Raptorwrite 1.0, just so that it can understand how this all works. Okay, this is not. I really just want like a whole PDF of this. We'll work on it. Okay. We'll just let it do all of this and then writing and editing, prompt library, creating a prompt, community prompt. Okay, so that's not going to help there. All right, so I think that's enough information for it because it's got the variables and everything like that. So creating a prompt, it does show it how it works and all that, and it's got some examples, so it knows this information. So it probably just needs this information here, this one link right here. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT, share this tab instead. I'm going to put that link there. So it has that information about how to create a prompt. And it has the prompt samples, so it will be able to see examples of the prompts. And the last but not least thing, I'm going to copy all of this so I can paste it into your notes while this is running. So it's running. And I'm going to come over to your notes, share this tab instead, and paste that prompt. So you guys have it.
I figured out how to download the entire thing as a PDF.
Oh, great.
Do you want it in the notes or?
Yes, please, because that'll make it easier. You can just throw that PDF in the notes. I think we could do it from our side. I don't think we could do it from the public side.
Yeah, I had to do it from our side.
Okay. Try again. Okay, now it's going.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh, is ChatGPT broken?
You broke everything.
I'm breaking everything. What the heck, man? It's reading the documents. Okay, we'll just refresh it. Try again.
It's all green, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's still going. Okay, there we go. Thanks for sticking with it. Okay. So it's saying it doesn't have access to it. Okay, so hold on.
I uploaded
have it in the notes now as a is the PDF in the notes? Oh, I see the
Correct.
PDF. So what I can do for the PDF now is I can just download this.
Oh, never mind. It's just the first page. It was supposed to be all the
pages. I
pages.
thought the same thing. See, this is okay. It's okay. We'll make this work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I might have just shared the wrong prompt. Share.
Never mind. I'm downloading it correctly now with the PDF.
How many of us does it take to do this?
To download.
I'm sharing this tab instead. Can you access this? And it failed. Why? Okay, paste the recommendation documentation here. Okay.
I have it now.
It?
Hold on. It's a zip file. Yeah.
And now I've lost the notes. Oh, okay. So sharing this tab instead.
And it's uploaded there.
Okay, now I've got it downloaded. Okay, so now I can share over here, share this tab instead. I have the documentation. So now we have the zip folder. That's what it needs. Oh, it's still loading.
Yeah, it was like 100 document or 97 documents or something.
Yeah. Error in the message stream. Of course there is.
Insult its mother.
We're going to move over to Claude. I don't know that Claude can take a zip folder, though. I think I'm just going to do a new chat.
I think it can for the paid plans in Claude.
New chat, new chat, new chat. Move down, move down, move down. And then I will copy and paste the same prompt that we had. This is why you save what we're doing. Go, go, gadget. Perfect. Narrative physics engine, prop packs, doc toggling is exactly how this should be seen. I'll keep this response focused on locking the approach and scaffolding, not yet writing the actual prompts. Think of this as step 0, system design agreement, so we don't paint ourselves into a corner later. Goal, narrative physics engine for a steamy romantic comedy set in the world of luxury weddings in Rhode Island, designed to deliver Taylor Swift wedding adjacent vibes, opulence, romance, heightened emotion, social spectacle. Avoid real world pop star athlete analogs. Be repeatable, controllable, and fast inside of Raptorwrite 1.0. Run cleanly as prop sequences, not one giant write my book prompt. So this is great. The engine philosophy. It doesn't tell it what to write. It just explains how. So encode rom-com physics. Separate planning, documents as law, not suggestions, treat chapters as a closed system. Cool. Prompt packs. So we will create 4 core prompt packs, each run in sequence. Story physics setup pack, chapter planning pack, chapter drafting pack, revision and polished pack. What? Wow. Document types, hard law, narrative physics engine, character sheets, relationship arc tracker, tone, setting Bible, luxury wedding world, contextual, chapter specific, soft inspiration, mood boards, dialogue, comps, or something like that. So here's the proposed final draft structure. This is the first pass. So it's going to have readme instructions written last, narrative physics, the world, the characters, the book level, the character chapters, the prompts. This maps cleanly to Raptorwrite's model and is author comprehensible, which matters. Okay, narrative physics. We will encode rules, not advice. Okay, what we will do next, define the engine laws. We'll write these. These will be referenced by every prompt. Design the prompt pack. This pack will lock the premise, the tone, the act structure, and populate the initial character and relationship files. No prose generation here. Planning only. Step 3, design prompt pack 2, chapter planning, then drafting, then revision and polish. And then how to run this book sheet. Danny's with us. Danny, if I import, can I add additional files or it'll just redo all of the prompts? Like I really need them all in one pack. Before we move forward, heat level. I want 4. 4 chili peppers and dual point of view. We're now officially designing. Don't worry, I'm going to share this whole chat with you guys. All right, core engine files. So it's creating these. Rom-com laws, heat boundaries, humor rules. Okay, why we did this first. You must obey. Next step, world and social pressure files. I actually need blank files that are placeholders and then the prompts that I will run in Raptorwrite to fill them. I don't want to do details here. We are just building structure. Excellent. So this is exactly how Raptorwrite should be taught. No vibes, no story decisions, just rails. So everything's going to be empty. Yeah. Run order. So there's the JSON. Characters, book level setup. Will author see the empty style? I want the files to be enough for a 30 chapter book. And I don't want to have to make all those files. Let's start with just the zip folder of all empty files, structured correctly. So we're just going to start with that. Never ask the author to create files manually. And this is how easy this is. So this is everything starts empty. So it's got all of the information here, engine, the world, the characters, the book level, the chapters. So it's got 1 all the way through 30. Yes, all 30 are present in the zip. And then the prompts are going to be later in JSON. So File content policy. Use exactly one line. Use exactly one line and make me the zip folder of documents. No prompts yet. Okay, so it should just give me the zip folder. So we're going to do the zip folder. We'll get all the prompts in one, and then we'll tell it to make us an instruction booklet. So I'm going to grab the download here. I'm downloading this file. I'm going to do new folder, luxury writing, create, and I have it. And I'm going to click save. All right. One JSON folder. Or file, rather. All prompts will live in one JSON file, no subpacks, no folders, order execution. So it's all of the prompts. So then it has all of the prompts here. So just like that. Yeah. Yeah. Make those prompts specific for this project, keeping in mind the before variables and after, etc. for later when we run them. So it's going to make those prompts. Uses the variables. Structured so prompts can be run once, reused across all 30 chapters. Ready to drop into. Here we go. And look at that. Do you see how it's creating the things? These are just simple prompts, guys. One JSON file. When you're ready, say the word. Give me the file I can upload to Raptorwrite. And it should now give me the JSON file. Is everybody okay, Stace?
I think they're blown all their minds. Like everybody just watching.
No comments, huh?
Yeah, no comments.
Did everybody already know how to do this? All right, I'm downloading the prompt file. I'll save that. Great. Now make me a step-by-step instructions sheet. So it's working on that. While it's working on that, we're going to come over here and we're going to go to Raptorwrite. I'm going to share this tab instead. We're going to go to projects. We're going to go get a new project. So new project. Luxury Wedding 1 is what we'll call this, because I don't know what the name of the book is. And all I'm going to do is on this left-hand side, I'm going to import, select the file. I'm going to go to my luxury wedding. I'm going to import all of those folders that it gave me. Hopefully it gave me all 30 chapters. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what's in chapters. Hot damn in the summertime. Look at that, guys. Everything is right there.
Oh, I love that. I was a little nervous if it was going to handle 30 files folders, but it did.
It can handle it if they're empty.
They're empty. So yeah.
If you were to tell it to like fill it all in with information, no, you'll get, and then you continue. But I just want the file structure. So basically this was like, I don't know, 150 lines of code basically is what it had to do to make these things. So it's got engine, world, characters, book level, chapters. I gotta go. You guys, what are the thoughts on this? Oh, I got a WTF.
Yeah, no, there you gotta, now you got some mind blown, interested in this.
See, Jen already knew where it was going. But wait, there's more. In the world of Kim, you know, you get a Genjutsu knife. You get a you get one. You guys don't even know what we have built. You're gonna be like, thank God Elizabeth broke YFD NPE because I can start playing with this now. All right, let's upload the prompts, shall we? Now, one thing I didn't do, and I could, is I was like, oh, I should always have the Go prompt. I love always having my Go prompt. But I can make that from scratch. But you could say, hey, I always want the Go prompt. So I'm going to go to my prompt library now, and I'm going to import the JSON file of all of my prompts. And look, it didn't. Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny, I love you. Thank you. Okay, Danny fixed this because of this class. Now when you import prompts, it just appends them. So now I have all of these prompts right here. Oh my gosh. Let's edit a prompt. Let's see what's going on here. You are creating the narrative physics engine for a 30-chapter dual point of view for chilly, steamy romantic comedy set in the world of luxury weddings in Rhode Island. Inputs, author intent, user input. So it's using that box. Rules, do not reference. Write the narrative physics engine to. So I'm going to take this part out because it can't actually do this. You just have to be in that document. So
but that tells you where to be. That tells you where to be.
Yeah. So I'm going to update this prompt. Okay. And then I feel like I should be doing these first. Oh, I guess it's that inputs, the selected documents, that would be your narrative physics engine. And write to rom-com laws. So I'm going to take out the write tos. This is not bad. Okay. You're going to have to go through the prompts and kind of tweak them a little bit. Define the heat and intimacy rules. I'm going to delete this one. Define the heat consent, explicit, allowed, and we're not going to write to that. That should be in the instructions. So I'm going to update that prompt. I could actually tell it like all these prompts need to be changed. And you can spend more time with these prompts, but it did make the prompts. Like, we've got them. Update the prompt. Okay. So I'll do that more later. And then you can also ascribe inside of Raptor right here, like which model is going to be writing these. So the model collection can be anything that you want. I have a lot of model collections. You don't have all of these. We'll be getting more model collections to you. I'm just going to go to my premium writing models. Huh? I'm going to use Claude 5. I'm going to use OpenAI 5.2. I prefer that one over everything else. So that's the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to update the prompt. So we're good. So let's see how this works. Oh, we'll go to the instructions first. So the instructions are...
You had to write all the instructions and now you're just...
Yeah. What you have. Every file starts with this. Open Raptorwrite 1.0. Create a new project. Upload the zip folder. Well, we did that already. Upload the prompt file. Confirm the prompt list with names like here. Run the setup phase. Run the engine setup. Run these prompts in order. Order 1, engine. Create narrative physics engine. In user input, paste a short intent like steamy, dual, point of view, romantic comedy, etc. So basically the user input, I can put everything I want. Then rom-com laws. And now it's filled. Recommended documents toggled on while running 2 through 4. This one should be toggled on after it's created. These are pretty good instructions. They're not it's not as hand-holdy as I would want it to be, but you can always define like what style it would be. So let's go ahead and follow those instructions and see how well it works. And I just realized I wasn't sharing that tab. My bad. Before I forget, let me share this link, this chat with everybody and put it in the notes so you guys have it. Yeah, it does continue. That's fine. I don't care. Wait till I tell them that I gave them all that stuff too.
Daniel asks, I assume you have a high-level outline. Could you have pulled chapter names from that and have those documents have names instead of just chapters, or one line in each? A reminder chapter.
I don't know. We'll find out. It looks like there's an act structure for the book level and then themes. So that looks like it's in number 4. So we'll start with narrative physics engine. So all I have to do is press this to get my list of prompts. I'm going to be doing engine, the very first one, create the narrative physics engine. Look at how it named the prompts, you guys. This is bonkers. So I'm going to create that. And remember, the additional instructions is where you can do the user input. And it has a space for user input in here. Model is, it's showing what model I have chosen and all of that. I'm actually going to put my reading effort at high. And you can preview the prompt and you can see like there's nothing author intent here. So I'm going to come over to this prompt and I'm going to put my author intent. And I'm going to say, I want the female character to be as strong as a Taylor Swift. Not Taylor Swift, but I want her to be a self-made millionaire or billionaire and someone who has a love her, hate her public relationship. She is well known. The male lead, let's make him an F1 driver. So we can bring in crazy other culture type stuff. Lots of paparazzi issues. Her family should have issues that she is marrying a foreigner. I think that so she could be old money, but she made her own way. This is a wedding hijinks in luxury Rhode Island. And the timeline should be something about the lead up to the wedding. Each character should have their posse of peeps on their side. And I also want this to be like the wedding is off and then the wedding is back on. Yes. And let's have an F1 race in the middle of the book.
You just can't help yourself.
You know what? You told me I couldn't have any ideas and I'm on the, it's broken. So this is what you get. I'm having to come up with this on the fly, Stacy. This is what I got. Because priorities and extra stress and the wedding.
And just like that, the idea went from nothing to all the ideas.
Make it Monaco. No real names or teams or engines. Avoid trademark issues. Okay. I'm going to copy that in case I lose it. I'm going to click generate and I'm going to put that in your notes. Just so you can see. Example user input. Boop. By the way, because it made all those documents really quickly, you could easily say, hey, these prompts are great, but I want you to flesh them out more specific to this book genre. And I want you to remove all those references of what file to go in the bottom, and it could just fix it all. So there we go. With a mid-book Monaco Grand Prix event. Yes. The wedding must go off and later come back on. This is structural, not optional. The off moment must be credible and costly. The back on moment must be earned. Great. Self-made icon. She's globally known and financially self-made with a love her, hate her public relationship that she actively navigates. She is not a stand-in for any real celebrity. No borrowed biography, no signature incidents, lyrics, scandals are recognizable. She makes decisions, sets boundaries, and can execute under pressure. Vulnerability is allowed, but never helplessness. I love it. A tool and a trap. She can weaponize publicity when needed, but it also creates misunderstanding and unfair scrutiny. Foreign F1 driver with cultural whiplash. He's a top-tier driver in a fictional world championship. No real teams. He's a foreigner to her family in their Rhode Island world. I love this. He's an outsider status. Disciplined, but not emotionally unavailable at default. He leans into precision and he learns to translate precision into intimacy. Sometimes conflict with hers. This is a fuel for comedy and conflict. I love it. They can want each other intensely while still clashing on control. Publicity distortions, family interference, wedding logistics chaos, scheduling collisions, mismatched coping strategies, no conflict. Oh, what if he has a wreck in Monaco and that's why the wedding is off? Okay, so I'll accept it. And it's like a beat grid. So we have this information here. And now I can do the rom-com laws. And I toggle on the narrative physics engine so that it's in there. I press the slide to get my prompt here. And then I just go to the rom-com laws because you can see selected documents is turned on. And now it's going to do this. I don't have a spot here for user input. That's why that box is not there. If you change those prompts to always have user input, that's a good way that you could steer all of these prompts. So I'm actually going to do that real fast. So I'm going to close this off. And this is where it's so versatile. I'm going to go into my prompt library and I'm going to go to this rom-com thing. I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to put down here user input. And then I'm going to say author ideas. And what's cool is once you have this prompting like once you fix these prompts, you can then export them and use that as your example to give to ChatGPT and be like, this is how I like to prompt. I need you to make an exact replica of these prompts, but for this genre. Isn't that bonkers?
Yep.
So we'll update that prompt. And now I'll go into here. And when I press the slash key and I go to rom-com laws, I'm going to say, oh, for the wedding to be off, what if there was a crash in Monaco? And so they don't know if the groom is going to make it. That's some serious drama. Generate. So I just gave that little bit of a idea there. Compounding misunderstandings. Class collision. All right, let's see what it has. Misunderstandings that could be resolved by one honest sentence in private. I love that. Yep.
And I am going to have to jump off now and leave you to your own devices and
I understand.
Mary Taylor in your idealized world.
There we go. Okay, so this is a situation that can happen. So you can see how it didn't finish it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click accept. And what you can do, this is where it's helpful. Another thing about the prompts is that another way that you can kind of fix these a little bit is if it's going to run long, like this rom-com law did, I'm going to press the key here, the box here, and I'm going to say, here is the rom-com laws so far. And then I'm going to click before, because this is before the cursor. So these are little techniques that you can ask it to add to the prompts so that they're very robust. So when I update the prompt for that, what's going to happen is now it's going to have whatever was before in the document. Now there's one little thing here. In order to get the what's before here, I'm going to go ahead and click in here. I'm going to take out this so it knows that what it's doing next. Press enter. Press enter so that you get this press to get a prompt. So that's when you know you can run a prompt and it'll have everything. And now when I run the rom-com laws, I want there to be a crash in Monaco that causes the groom to possibly miss the wedding. We're just going to keep up on that. And now when I click generate, it should start off again with the okay, we're going to click stop. So that prompt is not quite right. This happens. I'm going to go to the prompt, and that's because using define it, author ideas, I'm going to say, please continue where you left off if some is already made. Update the prompt. And these are just little tweaks that you learn, and then you'll basically be able to apply it to all the prompts. So I'm going to press the slash key again. I'm going to go to the rom-com laws. And this time I'm going to click preview and make sure that it's seeing here's the user prompt, and make sure it's getting everything, and it is getting the before. So it's understanding where it needs to continue. So we'll try that. Oh. I want a crash in Monaco to jeopardize the wedding. Generate. Okay, so now I can look at it, and now you'll see it's picking it up with 4 because I just added that little line of like, hey, if there's something already in the document, continue. It's saying what's prohibited. We're going to have the crash must be serious enough to halt the race, require medical evaluation, generate global headlines, trigger sponsor team PR craze, force the female main character to choose visibility, fly to Monaco publicly, or stay silent and seem cold. No permanent injury or disability. This is a rom-com, not a medical drama. Kill or permanently injure another driver. No tragedy bait. I think it could be, I don't know. We'll see. I might change those. Keep her out of the paddock. Oh, yeah. Now that would cause problems. Yeah. So we'll accept that. And we're still in the same situation here. So I'm going to press continue. Get a list of prompts. And we'll do the rom-com laws again. Generate. Should pick it up. It'll probably start it with this section 8. So sometimes you have to kind of like clean it up. But it's okay if it's a little bit of duplication. It's not the end of the world. I'll check the comments in just a second here. I just want to get this finished. This is a really long rom-com laws. My goodness. Money is tracked. Deposits lost when wedding is called off is named and mourned. Vendor premiums for DNA. Wealth disparity between leads, if any, must surface in at least one conflict. Who pays, what that means, control. Yeah. No lying to the reader. Okay. There's a lot of freaking rules. My gosh. I didn't know it was so complicated. This is great. This is the meat that is going to put in so much amazing things into the outline and all of that. So this is, okay, how many more laws do you need here? Fine, we'll accept. I think it's good, but we'll see what else it wants. So I'm just going to delete that and see what else it wanted more of. Why is it only writing so short? I think that there's a problem with how many tokens it's allowed to do. Let's try this again. Rom-com laws. And then in the model, I'll control. Oh. Okay. Max tokens is 2,000. I'm using Claude. No wonder this is like, okay. Because I didn't update this model pack. Okay. Yeah. We're going to pause right there because I think you guys got to see the gist of how this all works. Hammurabi's code of this. Hammurabi's code of rom-com laws. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to pause right here because I have been live every day for days on end. So we're gonna talk about this a little bit. I'm tired, y'all. I love you, but I'm tired. So can you guys all agree that this is cool and this is great and you guys can watch it and you'll be able to follow it and you have the chat? How many of you are going to start using this methodology with Raptorwrite 1.0? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Oh, good. This is really amazing. Okay. So this is the Happy New Year's. I am so sorry I broke the narrative physics engine for the back end, but I'm hoping this kind of suffices as a sorry, have this gift instead. We're going to go deeper on this. January 7th in the mastermind. Okay. So in the accelerator, just become a member, just join the FFA accelerator. And, you're gonna, we'll do this deeper on January 7th. I will have all kinds of cool things to do. This is just the very basics of what you can do with Raptorwrite 1.0 that you can, yes, exactly what April says. You taught us how to fish and now we got to go catch our own. Exactly. So if you are someone who has the time and the ability to start experimenting with these things, you're not going to kill anyone. You can do this stuff. And I'm a little out of practice. I will admit, picking my models and stuff like that in Raptorwrite 1.0, I'm a little rusty. I'm a little, there's a lot of different programs that I play with on a daily basis. So I was just a little out of practice, but you can do this for anything. You can do this for any kind of prompting. Like you can talk to, we gave you guys the PDF of all of the documentation. We'll keep doing that. Maybe we'll start putting a link to the PDF at the top of our documentation when we make updates to it. I'm sure the Raptorwrite team's like, oh, got ideas now. You can throw that in there. You can throw an example. I gave you like a basic example. You can give it an example of the structure. You can give it an example of prompts and you can be like, hey, change these, fix these, make me the JSON file. And then you import it. You can make these things for your co-writers and all kinds of stuff. You can make documents that are the story world that you save, that you're regularly importing and bringing in for you're working on book 2 and now book 1's information is in there. Like there's no limit on Raptorwrite. Raptorwrite is the unlimited free program that is going to allow you to do that automated author in 2026. If you do nothing else, it's free. You just pay for your AI costs in OpenRouter, which you can start with $5. You can use free models in that. Speaking of which, in the new year, on Tuesdays, Carla will be here to talk about Taco Tuesday, free and low-cost models that are in OpenRouter and how you can start leveraging those and how you can use prompting tricks and methodologies of like multi-step sections to get this to get the most out of those free and low-cost models. And that'll be every Tuesday starting in the new year, which is tomorrow. But like we're starting this next week, people. We're still on vacation this week like everybody else. All right, everyone. I just want to give you big ups. Thank you guys so much for being here all this week. I have had a ton of fun. We have done a lot of cool things. I'm so sorry again, but hopefully this was a good consolation prize. I will do a quick after party, because I have to get dressed and go to my New Year's party. We'll do a quick after party in the lab room. I'll see you there for about 15 minutes. Okay, everyone? I will leave you with a song. Oh, see, the light went out. It's telling me, Elizabeth, get your butt off. All right, let's go. Let's do Never Gonna Be the Same Again.
Yo, author, you got ideas? Now you got 50K words in 2 hours. done right. Story world, it's all in place. Test a chapter, win that race. One idea, one big spark. Dossel it, I leave my mark. No more waiting, no delay. Click it once the novel slays. Your first draft, never gonna be the same. Oh no. One click, now I'm in the game. Let's go. 50K in under 2. Roll my dream and it came true. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Used to stress, used to stall. I'm dropping books like I dropped the ball. Story tight, the beats all hit. That first draft, yeah, it's lit. Build it up, test that scene. Click it once, living the dream. Authors rise, get that win. It's our time, let's begin. Your first draft, never gonna be the same. Watch me light up that flame. From plot to page and two. Story magic coming through. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. And
All right. Thank you all so much. Please like and subscribe and ring the little bell so you get all of our great content in the new year. And I will see you soon. I will definitely see you this Friday for the live. So big hearts. We have made it through 2025 and here's to 2026. So happy new year, everyone. Bye.